Don't go anywhere. All right, you guys.
A lot of girls.
Really? Here? We're gonna think of, hey, easy. Okay, listen. So let me introduce this little clip here. There's another song on the new record. It's called Rock and Roll You All Night Long. Basically, I wanted to have a title of a song that had rock and roll in it, and I also wanted to have a title that had All Night Long in it. So I wrote one song that's called Rock and Roll You All Night Long. And so this is, I'm not doing the whole song because it's too, crazy to do to a track, but this is the solo, and then I want to discuss how I came up with a lot of the licks. Is that cool? Are we ready? Okay, so now, fuck you, man. I need a banana. And so, basically, to break it down, like there's, I'm gonna do it really quickly. So, it's kind of like starts kind of bluesy, kind of like a ZZ Top boogie woogie on Van Halen steroids. So, and that was the influence. So it's kind of like. So that's typical kind of bluesy kind of licks, but then I do this. So that's taking the pentatonic scale and throwing in a flat 5 and a 6, and adding some chromaticism into it, and then playing the pattern, which is go forward 2 and back 1. So. Now, so that kind of like introduces that whole idea. The next lick, I have no idea how I came up with it. I don't know. It's one of those. It's not even right. But it's kind of like a pull-offy lick, which I don't usually do. But getting on to the next lick, it's this. Which is fucking ugly when it's slow. It sounds like 2 cats fighting in a bag. But when you do it fast into tempo, it has this really cool vibe because I love the dissonance, and dissonance is when 2 notes rub against each other, which is like that kind of thing. So I get that thing. Now another way that you could do that lick, I think the first way I did it was without the dissonance. It was kind of like So there's many ways that you can use that kind of dissonance and chromatic pentatonic climb. And then the next one is really fun. It's this. Now, if it doesn't sound familiar, it will right now. I got it from Eddie going. Which is different, but that's where the idea came from. Because I'm not tapping and I'm adding a higher note, so. That thing. And then what's after that? Wait, oh yeah. So that basically comes from like the diminished, like the trains coming in the old black and white movies. That kind of thing? Oh no, look out! Untie the maiden! Alright, so, thanks for laughing. So that's like this, the same ascending, descending idea note-wise, and then just adding your own vibe to it. And then after that, I do this lick, which is like. The thing is there's all the notes have been played before, and it's just finding a way. It's finding your own voice, your individuality. It's just taking the same pentatonic with the flat 5 and the minor 6 or major 6 or both, and just creating something that's you. I know you want me to stop talking about guitar, right? So that was basically that solo broken down with how I came up with all the Phil X licks. And of course I changed keys because my influence was Van Halen 1. I'm the One specifically, and I wanted to have chord changes, and I wanted to do like have an Eddie Van Halen vibe, but not use a whammy bar and not tap in. It just be Phil X licks. So, and because that record came out like 41 years ago, and it should be celebrated, so that's why I celebrated it. Yes, sir.
But do you plan that beforehand, or like?
Oh yeah.
Do you explain that after you did like in a crazy way? How do you come up with this, like in a meticulous way, or like do you do it and then you think?
Well, I mean, you mean did I improvise it or did I map it out?
Yeah.
I think some of it was improvised and some of it was mapped out. I think I tried a couple of different things and then I settled on this. And I think that's the best way to do it because I like writing solos. I think like listen to one of my favorite solos of all time is Hotel California because it's so it speaks, you know, and it's got licks and it's got vibe and it's got technique, and I'm sitting there going, did they just jam that shit or did they write that shit? It's hard to tell, you know. Like one of my other favorite guitar solos is Smoke on the Water. And that solo is kind of like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, it's one of those things where you listen to it and you go, man, if he just came up with that on the spot, I want to fucking quit. Because the improv is just that amazing, you know? But I don't think he did, so I'm not quitting. Yeah. Wait. Let me, yes. Where is he? Is he up?
Yes, he is.
Are you FaceTiming with him right now? Let me talk to him.
His name is Higuchi.
What is it? Hey dude, what's happening? Okay, so wait, listen. Don't quit ever. Because if you have it in your heart, you have to let it out. Are you crying? Oh man, it's gonna make me cry. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Okay, so no, just if the music's in your heart, just give it a chance. Okay? Just keep working and working. And just push your limits. Like a lot of people keep practicing the same thing over and over, and that doesn't get you anywhere. You have to go outside the box. Just like I did with the pentatonic scale. Okay? You good? Okay. Go get some tissue. All right. Crying kids on FaceTime and people with gifts.